Hey there. So, I'm gonna make a video on how to play Adam, Ancient Domains of Mystery. I'm not really good at this game, and I don't really know everything. But if you are completely new to the game and have no idea how to play the game, then I might be able to help you. Maybe, probably not. We'll fi- I mean, we'll see. I'm just gonna explain all the little tidbits, and I'll try to make it a little bit spoiler free, maybe. We'll just go over just some of the basic stuff that I do when I start a game, and hopefully we can survive and not fall into a snake pit and die of poison. If you really have no idea how to play the game, I recommend starting the tutorial. It's a really good, great place to learn the keyboard and all the commands that you might miss, and write them down on a piece of paper so you can review. Because there's lots of keyboards keys to remember, and so it's really good to have a list. Let's just generate a new character. Ooh, candle. That's good. So candle's a really good sign because we get a free talent, and that's pretty much exactly what we need. I need to turn down the sound. Music's getting my nerves. Okay. Specific. Let's go with male for extra strength. Let's keep trying to do gnome. I really want my gnome to not die. So let's do gnome, and then I want to do wizard so that I can show you how to do spells. Because this is like another key input that you should know about. Alright, you're a male gnome, black hair, blue eyes, light complexion. Belong to the middle class. Alright, let's start. I always do random. If you want to have fun and answer the questions, you can do that. So I always go for treasure hunter first. So the way you get treasure hunter is alert, miser, or gold, and treasure hunter will appear after you choose those two options. And we have a free talent because of the candle sign, our horoscope sign, and let's just think about, it's always hard to choose another skill, but I think you might want the one plus learning. So we won't have access to it's really good to have the candle skill because some of these abilities you won't have at all. And it's a little bit hard to increase learning, I think. I want to go for the learning. It's probably a stupid idea, but we'll do it anyways. Let's do the family, which is really nice. Double starting money. Let's do learning. So, I mean, the point of Adam is that you experiment and you play around and you pay attention to what you're doing, because you never know what would happen, what can happen. So you're gonna make a lot of mistakes, and so that's just kind of the nature of the game. So like, some people are like, oh, you should choose this, but you just have to make mistakes and figure out like what's best and what's not good. Okay, we're gonna do David to know. All right. So when you're playing a wizard, I always go onto the map first, and the way you do that is you choose the arrow key on your keyboard, which is next to the question mark. Hold Shift, press it. All right, and you press I, the letter I, to go into your inventory. So we have our really awesome gnomish boots and robe, and I just want to see what's in my backpack. My backpack has all my items. So I have a quarterstaff, which is good. Better than a knife. Ring of Defense and Acid Resistance, that's pretty good. Ring of Defense is going to be really useful right now, so because we're a wizard and we can die really easily. Acid Resistance, not so useful right now, especially since we can eat a corpse, like eat a monster, and get that skill naturally. But you know, whatever. Barizo potion. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen Barizo potion before. And we have Lightning Ball and Lightning Bolt. Lightning Ball is a really dangerous spell, um, but it's a really powerful spell too. So, equip my quarterstaff. It's a two-handed weapon. What skills? We have pretty good alchemy. Our concentration is really bad. Healing and herbalism. So, let's just go over these skills real quick. So, alchemy is the ability to make potions. So you can like mix different types of potions that you find, and you make something better. And there'll be a list that you can look at. Like, and I forgot how to check the alchemy list. Dun, dun, dun. This isn't like a real YouTube video, so we can just, you know, play around as much as we want. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I forgot how to check your alchemy recipes. Oh, there we go. Okay. So if you do uppercase R, you know, hold the shift button and then press R, you can look at the recipes that you know. So, for example, if we mix a potion of cure poison, to make a mix a potion of cure poison, you need a demon daisy and a potion of invisibility. Well, that's not really useful. That's pretty bad. Extra healing is a potion of wonder and balance. It's also not amazing. Um, well, using a potion of wonder is maybe not horrible. And extra healing is a really good potion for healing. So deafness is pointless. It makes you like not hear, and that's not really useful in the game. Potion of youth makes you younger. More potion of wonders, potion of longevity, potion of healing, and extra potion of healing. Okay, so we have some kind of bad deals, but nothing here that I would really want to make, except for maybe the extra healing potion. But then again, you're gonna to find a potion of wonder is gonna be not easy. So as we increase our alchemy, we'll find more recipes, and maybe we'll find some like really good stuff, especially if we get it to 100. Climbing is for falling in pits, like I did the last game. Concentration is the ability for your spells to hit, so you always really want to make that at 100 as fast as possible if you're a wizard. First aid is the ability to heal wounds that are very recent. So if a monster hits you, you push Control A, or sorry, Shift A, so like capital A, and then you choose First Aid. And there's a chance that it may or may not heal you. Gemology is the study of gems, and it identifies gems for you, and I also think it enables you to find gems more often when you're mining. So you can get like a pickaxe and you can use it for mining. Haggling is pointless. Never increase the skill. It's stupid. Healing is the ability to heal more over time. So like your HP, hit points like renew over time. Herbalism is the ability to pick herbs that you can find randomly in the game in dungeons, and eventually, if you get herbalism high enough, you can actually identify a lot of them. Listening is just the ability to hear things in the dungeon, which is really useful for just knowing what's around you, like certain monsters that can really like end your game if you don't know like they're there. If they like sneak up on you, it's really bad. Literacy is ability to read, so reading books and scrolls. That's really useful for a wizard. Mining is the ability to go, like the walls of the dungeons can be mined with a pickaxe. Um, and so you can like dig through areas and find rocks and gems and or just generally like go through an area. Pickpockets is the ability to steal. I don't know if we're going to use that. Um, Stealth is the ability for monsters to not notice you. And you'll see that their health bar will have an orange, it's not orange, a purple ring around them. And so when their health bar looks purple, that means they don't know you're there. And that's called stealth, the ability to kind of move around a couple extra turns without monsters knowing you're there. And then ventriloquism is the ability to throw your voice so that monsters think that you're somewhere else. So basically, the skill confuses them. There's a slight kind of penalty to using ventriloquism because it reduces your alignment, which is like your good alignment to more negative. But it's still a kind of useful skill for getting out of like really bad situations. Um, so let's go over this. This is your name. This is ST is for strength. That's how much you can carry and how hard you hit. Learning, LE, is how well you can learn new skills, like how when they level up, or if you can like read books. Willpower is the ability to resist many different types of like magics or confusions. Dexterity is the ability to kind of use bows more effectively, kind of like ranged weapons. Probably other features too, which I can't remember. Toughness is your kind of defense points, or kind of like your base skill for like how hard you can get hit, especially if you have no armor on. CH is for charisma, which is basically like how well you'll get like shop deals and things like that. Appearance is how well you look. And so like we were trying to explain to you, I was trying to explain to you before that, appearance can starve off. Well, how do I say it? It's like appearance can. Well, it's not really important. It's basically a preventative skill. But anyway, MA is mana, um, which is basically your value for how much your power points increase, I think. And then we have perception, which is your ability to notice things like traps and monsters and sounds and things like that. This N equal is my alignment, or basically how good or bad I am, and I am N equal, which means I am completely neutral. So I'm not good or bad. And that only really affects, what type of quests you can get in the game. And that can go up and down. So if you kill a bunch of people, like innocent people, you can instantly go chaotic, which means that you're bad. DV and PV are basically your kind of like DV is basically your ability to dodge or to not get hit, and PV is your ability to take a hit and be okay. So we have a really high ability to dodge, but our armor is nothing, so we have like 1. So we need to find more armor so that we can live. H is your hit points, so 18 is our total, and then the other 18 is how much we have left. P is your power points, which is how much you can like cast spells, so we have 28. And then this is our experience, so we're level 1 and we have 0 experience. And SP, I don't know what WE stands for, it doesn't really matter. Maybe it does, but SP is your speed, which is really important. So you always want your speed to be maybe over 100, something like, because if you can get over 100, you can outrun enemies, and you can also have more actions than your enemies. If you're like under 100, then your monster like enemies will have like a kind of big advantage over you. Things that decrease speed is carrying too much stuff or eating too much. So sometimes it's an advantage to carry a lot of things because it helps train your strength to increase your strength. But when you're in combat, a lot of times, and you're not doing anything like any type of training or anything, you really want to make sure that your speed is over 100, at least. Um, okay, so I want to read some. Okay, so let's just. What else should we talk about? So we went over this stuff. This is what we. This is what how much we have, and this is our max, which is important to know. Because if you're trying to train strength, you don't want to be at 14 or something and keep on trying to train it. Or um, yeah, this basically tells us everything. So this tells us this is kind of important. Encumbrance is like how much we can carry in our backpack. And so basically being burdened, which is like really heavy, to strained, which is like you're killing yourself because it's so heavy, to very strained, which means that you're about to die from it being too heavy. So you can like see that we have 468 stones. S stands for stones, which is like the measurement. And I can well, oh, never mind. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. 468 is burdened. No, it's not. Okay, got it. Okay. So so in our inventory we have 468 stones that we're carrying right now, and our limit is 101, which basically is like the strain status. So we can go over that, um, but there's penalties for doing that. But it's a good way to train strength, to over encumber yourself, especially if you are a character that, like me, that has like basically no strength and like a kind of like small cap on strength. So it's probably good to kind of like max it out so that we can like hit a little bit harder just in case, we need to use a sword or something. And then all these other things we'll talk about later, if we actually survive. But you can train pretty much all these abilities for the most part. And some of them level up on their own. So in your backpack, you have all types of stuff, and these markers are kind of like quick buttons. So like in the game, you're gonna get a lot of stuff, and so you want to get through quickly. So if I wanted to get to my scroll of identity, I can just push the question mark on my keyboard, and I'll instantly go to the scrolls. Um, Barizo. I need to figure out what that does later. I'm curious. So that's our inventory. We went over our skills, our combat. This just shows you how proficient you are or how good you are with your weapons. And as a wizard, we don't really have any type of basic proficiency in weapons. It just shows you how many marks you have to like times you have to use it. So you always, no matter what class you are, you always want to have like some skills in like rock throwing or in bows or in crossbows. And since we're gnome, we probably want to use a crossbow, um, because there's lots of enemies that you just you don't want to touch with your bare hands. So if you don't have any spells, like you're not a wizard, you always want to like pick up like some rocks or some crossbows or something like as soon as you can get it, because there's some enemies that will just really mess up your day if they can like touch you and hit you. Like they'll damage you really badly, or they'll confuse you, or things like that. And so it's really to your advantage to always try and get a monster, like hit them from far away. But since we're a wizard, we don't really have that problem because we can do a lot of range fighting with our spells. But it's always good that if we can find some rocks, that will be really good for us, just in case we don't want to use spells. This shows us our talents that we can choose when we level up. We don't have any quests, and we basically, I don't know, you enjoyed competition to the fullest. You were a very active kid. Alright. Alright, so I think we went through all the items. Click on all these things. You can also hold the left click button on your mouse, and you can show all different types of like the information. Um, and you can just play around with that on your own, because it's whatever. Hold the right mouse button on top of you, and you can also choose from different various items, like wand zapping, to dipping your potion into another potion, which is kind of important later on in the game, to praying, which is really important. You know, if you're about to die, you should pray to your god, and he can save you, or she, I don't know what the gods are. But these are all, you know, like you can say, like praying is the underscore button, and you know, you can use these from your keyboard. Okay, let's get on with the game and read some books. So the first thing I always do as a wizard is I read my books. Push L to learn. L to learn. Just push the R. You just push the lowercase r button, and you have the ability to read. Oops. And apparently, this is a hard spell to learn. Alright, so I do uppercase Z to look at my spells, and like I can select a spell to cast. So lightning ball is something we don't want to use necessarily. uh, it's kind of a wild spell. In fact, maybe we'll just test it out in the dungeon to see what happens. Hopefully we won't die. But lightning bolt's much more useful because it goes in a straight line. And we have a lot of casts of lightning bolt. We have a lot of casts, so that's really good. Alright, so now let's just play the game. We talked about the game enough. Let's play the game. That's the beginner dungeon. I usually never go in the beginner dungeon because there's just other places you can go before you do that, before you level up. It's actually a pretty good place to go if you're just learning the game. So because you can find some items in there, maybe an altar and stuff like that. But we don't need to go in there right now. But you can if you really want to. And so here's the first town. You're supposedly supposed to go here and pick up quests, but we're not going to do that either. We're going to come back later. This is where, you know, you basically get food. So if you're new to the game and you don't know how to prevent starvation, which means that, you know, you die without food, there's a little like food village inside of here where you can just buy food before dying. So it's really helpful when you're trying to figure out how to not starve to death. But once you get really good at the game, you don't really have to worry about starvation as much. You just kind of automatically know how not to starve. Okay, so this is the small cave entrance. I'm doing this because I want to get through here later in the game. So I'm going to enter it. And so basically it says that this dungeon is a really dangerous place because as you level, the monsters level twice as fast. So we want to enter here at level 1 so that the monsters here start at level 1 and stay at level 1, because once we leave the dungeon stops. It doesn't, the dungeon only functions if we're in the dungeon. So once we leave it, like it freezes, like it doesn't do anything. So if we entered here at level 10, then the monsters here would be something like level 20 or above, and that would be a real problem, and we would die. And we need to get through this cave. I just want to explore real quick. Okay, so I just wanted to see if there was like something like useful that I could grab real quick. Alright, so we did that pretty easily. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go to the Outlaw Settlement, because there's a merchant there, and I want to see his items. Now we don't have any money, but that doesn't matter because here we go. Alright, so that's nice. The shopkeeper is gnomish, so we could probably get some pretty good deals here. We have decent charisma, and so since the shopkeeper is gnomish, we're most likely going to be favored by him. So we might actually get good deals, but it doesn't matter because we're not really going to buy anything here. Probably not. So the whole purpose of coming here is that, like, when you're playing the game, you don't know what items are. You'll pick up a potion and it'll say orange potion, and you pick up a cloak and it'll say light cloak. And you have no idea what it is, so you can put it on and you can find out what it is. But the problem is that if it's cursed or if it's like a poison, it can really, hinder your game because you can't take off the item if it's cursed. You would have to use a scroll or a potion or some other method to get rid of it. The same thing of a potion, you don't want to be like drinking potions randomly because you just don't know what you're drinking. It could be something really dangerous. So it's good to measure like your risks. Like, do I really need to drink it or do I need to wear it? But the reason we're coming here is because these items by the shopkeeper are already identified, so we can learn them. So once we go over the items, we automatically learn what they're about. And so we already have something like 15 or so items, whatever, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. So these are like 17 items that we can learn automatically without having to, go through any type of pain to figure it out. Large shield, that's nice. Be nice to have. Wand of trap detection, whatever. Thick furs, that'd be good to have since we don't have no armor. And a cloak, doesn't matter. A bone? You can eat bones, but they're whatever. Bread. Wicked Mithril Scimitar. That's pretty powerful. Oh, that would be nice to have. Heaps of rocks. Scroll of gold detection. Useless. Quarterstaff. That's a pretty shitty quarterstaff. Water. That's good, we know. Well, water potion always looks like this, so that's not really useful. But we can buy that later. Leather cloak. It's unimpressive. Stained robe. That's useless. There's like nothing good about that. Meat, ration, bundle of mithril drakish. Okay, that would be really good to have. Too bad there's only 4 though. Potion of healing, bundle of. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so there's some like really nice items here. So we know what they are now. So maybe we'll run into them later, or maybe we'll find like a potion of invisibility and rob the shop. I don't know. Okay, so the next place we go is to the hamlet. And this is the basic, the village of the game. It's primitive cottages, trees, farmers. It's like a little village where you can come and farm your life away and live a beautiful life of. These people don't even really farm, so I don't even know what they do. So we're gonna talk to this guy first, because I always like doing this quest, even though we both have healing and herbalism, so we don't really have to do any of this, but we need to level up, so we just can't go wandering around without leveling up. And he will give us some cool items once we finish, which will be really useful. So basically, his quest is find the Dark Druid, go to the southeast, and you can kill him, and there you go. Now, I want to find the puppy girl. She's a girl in a white shirt, and I know she's in this village. And I'm definitely going to find her this time. Alright, so we're hungry because we've been kind of like roaming the wilderness and doing lots of like little silly things and not being able to feed ourselves. So I'm gonna eat an iron ration. You just push the E button, lowercase e, and then push A. There you go, you ate something. And no. So this is the mayor right here. And he can give you another quest, which will give you the healing skill, plus some other stuff. But you can't do the druid quest and the mayor's quest at the same time. You have to choose one. So you might really want the healing skill more so than herbalism. But I like I don't know. I always like choosing herbalism because I like the ability to train skills, and healing is a really useful skill too because you can regenerate hit points very, very quickly. But um, I don't know. It's really up to you. It's probably a really, uh, I think people can make arguments for both cases. So you just have to choose which one you think is best. Although his quest can be a little bit harder uh, if you don't know what you're doing. But, no spoilers, I guess. Oh, there she is. Tiny girl. Alright, we're going to talk to Tiny girl. Come back here. Don't run away. Okay, there we go. I push uppercase C to talk to people. You talk to the tiny girl. Has Ya seen my... She doesn't speak English. Hast ya seen my little doggy? 'Tis disappeared near da dark hole on da pass. Me fears it got lost. Would cha check get it back to me? Hurry, mommy says there's a bad things in the cave. Okay, so don't learn English from her. She has no, she her parents raised her wrong. So we took the quest from her because, well, basically she lost her puppy, and for some reason, this puppy goes inside of a cave and gets lost on the very, very bottom level, which it's like something like 7 levels, I think, 7 or 8 levels. So, so there is a time clock for when you start the game if you can save the puppy, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you save the puppy or not. Um, if you do save the puppy and you can bring it out of the cave, it's like kind of like an achievement because um, it's kind of like you're working against the clock, and there's some really hard monsters in the puppy cave the further you go down. So um, don't feel bad if you don't save the puppy. It's really hard. But the reason we started the puppy quest is the fact that there's lots of cool stuff in the puppy cave. But we'll do that later because first we're going to. Actually, I want to get food before we go because we ate our last ration because we've been like kind of dicking around, doing stuff like this. So we don't. It's over here in this. Okay. So there's lots of like little things that you can tell, like if you know an item's good or not. So for example, for like a large ration, generally you can look at the price of the gold. So the higher the gold, the more valuable the item. So even if you don't know if the item is a good item or a bad item, if it's cursed or if it's not cursed, you can kind of like sell it to the shopkeeper, and if it's like 1,000 gold, or over 1,000 gold, it's really good. If it's like 2 gold pieces, it's bad. It's probably like shit. So, like for example, the large ration, like why is it that they're the exact same thing? It's 200 stones, 15 gold pieces, and 24 gold pieces. Well, it's because it's obvious that this one is probably cursed or just like a lower value than this one. So the only difference would be, eating food. So, we're gonna just buy the more expensive one. So 24. Yeah, they're all 24. So that 15 must be the cursed one. And when you want to pay the shopkeeper, you push P, this lowercase p, and push A. Yes. Push 5. Whoops. Did we pay? Okay, we paid. Okay, there he goes. Remember, you can do the diagonal of 7, so if the shopkeeper is blocking you like this, just move here and then push the 7, which will make you go diagonally like this way. So remember, diagonals are the most important thing in the game. You always want to use diagonals. It saves you a turn to use a diagonal, so you don't want to play it like an, left, right, left, right. You want to go diagonal left, diagonal right. Anyway, so the druid quest is in the southeast cave, so we just go southeast. And here it is. A sinister cave entry. So We know we're in the right place because it's evil. So let's go inside the evil cave and not die. And all right, let's let's see what happens if we used the lightning ball spell. And I swear, I hope we don't die. Alright, so let's try out like all of our spells. So the lightning ball spell is supposedly gonna be like, I think it's random, so. Oh, no. Oh, okay, so we don't, I forgot, it takes 30 PP to cast a spell, and we need to level up. Alright. Alright, got a scroll. See, we don't know what it is because it's like gobbledygook. So I just pick it up. I don't have to read the scroll now because it would be a waste. So it's better to just collect a lot of items and then wait for later to figure out what they do. Nice, we can't hit the jackal. Bolt. So I push uppercase Z, and then I choose the spell, and then I choose the direction with the number pad. And then when you use spells, they level up. So you become better at hitting things, and they become more powerful. So, and you can see our power points decrease because we use the lightning spell. Quarterstaff is kind of an okay weapon. There's obviously better. Hey, it's an altar. And a hat. Hats generally, like as you play the game, you kind of know like what's good and what's not good, and generally never equip things like hats because they'll just never be very good. I think. So anyway, this altar is so here's something really important. Like if you push the lowercase L button, you can look at things and identify them. So you don't have to like necessarily stand on things, you can kind of look. So I click on it and I find that it is a lawfully aligned altar, and we are not lawful. So this altar is useless for us. We might come back and convert it by using some gold. It's too bad it's not a neutral altar because I would like to show you how altars work. But generally you can sacrifice monsters on it and sacrifice gold with the uppercase O command. But since this is lawful and we're neutral, it's really dangerous to use this altar because the god will get really angry at us and try and kill us. So we want to not play around with that altar. And there are no monsters on this floor. Alright, so we don't have the key, so let's kick it down. So I push the K button, and it says kick something. Which direction? I push 8 for up, and nothing happens. Try again. Nothing happens. Try again. Oh, and it's trapped. You activate the trap protecting the door. Previously hidden ruins, and the door suddenly explode, and our boots are gone. So the door exploded, and you can see that our boots are now destroyed. So that's really unfortunate. That means we're probably gonna die. Let's just equip these gloves. Okay, we got some really good gloves. Nice. Okay. So this gives us 3 protection points. So that basically replaces kind of our boots. There are no monsters on this floor. So they're somewhere. Oh god. Let's just kick it down. I don't want to waste any more time. Come on. Come on. You have to be careful not to like go trigger happy and just like hold the left button. You know, you attack monsters with the directional keys. You probably already know that. But try not to just hold down the button because you might die because, remember, it's a turn-based game, so every time I don't push anything, the game pauses. Every time I push a button, something happens. So try not to like over push because you might miss like if you die. So we got to level 2. And so when you level up, you get skill improvements, which make you stronger. You also have a chance to improve your strength or learning or whatever, perception. So, I'm a wizard. I really want my concentration to be good, and there's a max cap, so you can't just like pump all your skills into it. We're so frail. I think I'm just gonna make sure that we do healing, and I think I will just level up alchemy too. We'll just focus on alchemy, concentration, and healing. And we have a corpse. So remember, you can eat any type of corpse, but some of them are good and some of them are bad. And some of them will give you abilities, and some of them will like just poison and kill you. So you just have to like experiment and figure out. So goblins are always safe. So push E, push A, eat it. It says the meal doesn't sit well with you. That's just kind of a way of saying that you don't feel comfortable eating people, like eating things that look like humans. So there's no negative effects in the game. More food. That's an iron ration. That's good. Gold. Scroll of power. That's good. That will increase our power points or restore them, I think. Some scrolls I'm not really familiar with because I don't necessarily get to use them a lot. There has to be, I forgot there's like a way to hotbar my spells, and I forgot how to do that. Oh well, whatever. Be careful with your spells because they can bounce off walls, so you want to make sure that you're not. Oh, we got a sling. That's good. Find some rocks first. I think that we explored everything. Another quarterstaff. Is it better than our quarterstaff? No. They're the same. But sometimes you don't necessarily are able to identify weapons, even though you know what they are. Let's push the S, lowercase s button to search. You can find secret doors. If they're there, if you don't find anything, whoops, hello. Oh, you bastard. Alright, it's good to level up. Concentration. Let's see, I want healing and alchemy. Okay, good, they all maxed. Got a new talent. I think I'm gonna do healthy, because I don't really remember what everything does. Because I want to get quick later. I just want to level up fast now. And if you increase your speed, you level up a little bit slower. Although gnomes level up pretty fast. Don't really matter. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go stealth. Because I've never really chosen that talent. Alright, let's go downstairs. We leveled up twice. Like it. We don't know what it is, but it could be a good thing. Lots of items in the game I could talk about, but it's better to find out for yourself what they do. The point of the game where get good, we're burdened. It's usually bad to be burdened. You can see right here that we have weight, but I wanna train my strength, so I'm gonna try and collect as many things as I can. You can see our speed dropped to 96, which is also usually a bad thing, but we're in a beginning dungeon, so who cares? No, we do not have corpse preservation. Sometimes good if you're not hungry to... Also, when you're burdened, your hungry status will increase a little bit faster. Usually more so when you're strained than burdened, but... So hopefully we can get through this dungeon and kill the druid. And I think that's a... We have so much lightning bolt, we might as well just use it. Nothing. Really want some armor. We want that a lot. Healing. Clean robe. We pretty much already have a regular robe on, doesn't matter. So, you know, we can always check our items at the merchant to see if they're really valuable. Robes generally are never valuable. You can also really move through the dungeon a lot faster if you just use your mouse or certain keyboard controls, which I don't remember. But like, let's say I want to go here without having to press the mouse always. I usually press the mouse just because I don't know, I want to be safe. But say you want to move here, I just press the mouse button. And if something gets in my way, then I automatically stop. So let's do it again. There we are. And so that uses up all those turns to get there. So I can just... Alright, so rat corpse. You know, sometimes you have to use your logic about what you can eat and what you can't eat. If I'm like a regular dude with a mustache, do I want to eat a rat? Probably not. So we're not going to eat the rat. So you saw how that guy's hit point bar turned from green to red, which means that those guys can turn angry. So red means aggressive. So anyone who is kind of white and green, like, you know, not glowy green, but just regular green, they have a chance to turn against you if they want to turn against you. But otherwise, they're friendly. So you could technically avoid monsters that are friendly, and there's nothing in this dungeon. If you don't want to fight them. There's the stairs up there, so I can just click up here. So you see how this guy is green with like a white bar? Means that he's not aggressive, so we could technically skip him because he's not going to attack us, so he's just like floating around. push the 5 button for wait. The number 5. So I can just like wait here all day. Oh, and see, he attacked us because he's a jackass. So it's really random. A lot of times they will attack you because they just want to attack you. Alright, so we're going down, and right here marks... Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I remember this is. This is the location indicator. So we're in the, I think, the darkest dungeon, deepest dungeon. And we're on floor 3, so that's a good way to keep track of where you are so you don't forget. This room seems to... And you also make sure you pay attention to these messages, because they could be really important. This room seems to vibrate with life, insects are crawling everywhere, strange mushrooms cover the walls, the moss is growing in the ceiling. Sometimes rooms have special messages, and it's really unclear what they can mean sometimes, so it's not... You don't have to worry too much about it. There's all types of weird things that can happen, and the game will never tell you. This orc is not too strong, but I'm afraid of him because he looks strong. So it's Zappo. Alright. Good. Got to 100. Healing at 45. Let's just do first aid in case we get poisoned. So, I don't know what the life room means. It usually might give me a bonus for something. Or, I don't know, maybe there's like a faster regeneration rate in this room. Your guess is as good as mine. Although it doesn't look like there's a fast regeneration in the room. This guy can be kind of tough. Yeah, so far we are not really finding anything. We feel more in touch with the world. So this green message means that one of our skills down here leveled up. And being more in touch with the world means that our perception leveled up, so that's pretty good. So, look at this room. So, like, this looks really weird, right? So if you see, like, a hallway that looks kind of, you know, suspicious, push the S button, lowercase s. So you check your surroundings. Aha, we found the secret door. Second try. And there's a key. So... let's just kick it down, because it's usually a bad idea to kick things. But I feel like exploring this dungeon so that we can maybe find lots of good stuff. Oh, we just got hit by a stone block. Which is usually a very, you know, that's basically half our hit points. Maybe we can use first aid, so I push capital A to use my skills. So remember, it has to be uppercase A to use them, and if I get damaged, I can use first aid and see if I can do it. Okay, I took care of some of my wounds, so you see my voice went up a little bit. Well, not by much, but oh well. We got some rocks, which is what we wanted, so... Stairwell. More bread. Okay, so we're strained right now, which is really good. Means that I want to increase my strength as high as I can. And so your stat increases will happen randomly, usually after something like more than 600 turns, something like that. So... and look, our healing is really working because we're already at 27. Oh. So bats in our line of sight, so let's use our lightning bolt. Nice. And we have 7 rocks. Alright. So now we have a lot of rocks, so we can start throwing some weapons. So we have 14 rocks in our inventory, which is really good. He probably got hit by some type of... Okay, so this time we're not going to kick down the door. I'm tired of the door exploding. It's sometimes better not to kick the door and just go around. See, if we kicked down that door, it would have been a disaster. Let's throw some rocks at him. So I push the T button to target a monster, and then I push enter. Oh yeah, I push T again. So push T to target, and then push T again. He just... Alright. These rocks that we used. See how much damage rocks can do. Just destroy... Oh, we're hungry. Oh, spellbook. Frostbolt. It's interesting. I don't think I remember us learning that spell. We'll read that in a second. Explore the rest of the dungeon real quick. These firebugs are a little dangerous. Oh, and another spell. So every time we got to level 6, and your job, like being a wizard or barbarian or something, gives you special abilities. So at level 6, our spell costs are now 10% reduced, which is great, because now we can use spells even more. And for some reason our climbing improved. I don't know why. Oh no, it didn't. It just, the dice improved. 3 dice of sides of 5 sides. Alright, so you see 3 by 5. So we're just gonna keep doing alchemy. First aid. Healing. I want to increase herbalism. Yeah, that was a nice increase. We get a talent. Just because we're going to need it later. Crack tomb. Staff's to level 1. It's good training for our staff, right? Aggressive. Not anymore, because we're gonna shoot him. Still hoping for a strength increase. Explore level dungeon. I think I did. Oh, shit. This guy can be pretty scary. He hits really hard. Not harder than a lightning bolt. Took a pretty bad hit there, so I use first aid. Oh shit. Let's back up. Push the lowercase c to close doors. It's really helpful when you want to read spells. Like I want to. Did not get that many castings of Frostbolt, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's read this cracked tomb and hopefully it doesn't kill us. Magic missile, that's right. Cracked tomb is magic missile. We learned that last time, right? So we just got some really good spells. Alright, so we have some really good castings of magic missile. That's nice. And you can see how powerful your spells are right here. And you can see that Lightning Bolt is much more powerful than Magic Missile, but Magic Missile is much safer and cheaper. And the range is 6, so if you're worried about hitting wall, just count 6 spaces. And Lightning Bolt's range is like 2, so... Still have to use that spell, I'm afraid though. Don't know how to use that spell very well. Kinda wanna level up because the monsters here are hard. Let's use Magic Missile. Nice. Oh, and if you ever want to check your messages, you push the semicolon, which is the, you know, the 2 dots, the 1 dot over the other, and then M, and you can see all the things that happened. He's hit by the magic missile. He's dead. Okay. When do we level up? We need to collect 538 experience points. Oh, there's 2 zombies. There's a blink dog, and blink dogs are pretty special because they can give you a special ability if you eat them. And they disappear, so See if we can find that blink dog on this level. Ooh, jelly. These guys are always dangerous. You always, no matter what type of ooze you're dealing with, you don't want to, like, just don't touch them. I don't remember what they do, but just don't touch them. Oh. Let's throw rocks. We're really bad at throwing rocks. Finally, level 7. Alchemy is capped for now. Doing pretty good with our skills. There's that blink dog. Okay, so if you push the N button, like lowercase n, you can, and then you click on the dog, you can name him. So we're gonna name him Mr. Dog. And so now he has a star on his head, and so now he's Mr. Dog. So this is going to be important for, you know, a reason. And you'll see why in a second. You miss Mr. Dog? Okay, he still hasn't aggroed. Okay, finally we got him to aggro. So... Okay, see how he just multiplied a whole bunch? So this might be really dangerous, but we're gonna try anyways. This might be super dangerous, actually. We don't want to kill Mr. Dog. Pick up that potion. I wanted that potion. So, thanks to our healing skill, we're healing very, very quickly. Okay, good, he spawned more doggies. Ouch. Kind of wish we had more armor to do this type of stuff. Okay, finally we got the potion. Good. Oh, we got lightning bolt again? Okay, that's really good. So I can just... always like trying to use first aid. Ouch, that hurt a lot. Rattling Warrior really hit through our armor. There's a lot of them now. Sadly, Mr. Dog is in the way. Okay, there we go. Use lightning bolts. Jeez. So we can always just run away. Surrounding us. Since our healing is so good. Apparently this blink dog is really slow. Okay, who's that? Leather cap. I kind of need extra defense. So, that improves our attack and accuracy, which is pretty good. No defense. Chance to maybe skill up first aid. Okay, for sure. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, good. Level up. That was the shittiest healing. I want to do that again. This is good. Mr. Dog is trapped in a corner over there, and we can pick off his friends. Oh, finally. Okay, this is what we've been wanting for. We've been wanting the Blink Dog corpse. And pick it up. Now we're going to kill everyone. Oh, nice. We got another corpse. Okay, good. Let's pick up. We don't have any food preservation or fire spells, so I guess it's kind of useless. Okay, we killed Mr. Dog because now he won't multiply anymore. Let's eat that corpse before something happens. Alright, so we feel very much in control, which means we got a special ability, which is teleport ability. Control teleportation, so if we ever fall into a teleport trap or the ability to teleport through spells, it is very useful because we can go places. And they are now just dropping corpses. I just wish I had a fire spell, so anyway. We've already leveled a lot, so oh, a dead end. What do you do? Oh, muscle feels stronger. So see how we were strained, and now our strength has increased from 11 to 12. Push the S button, find the door. So you're in a pickle when there's only one way and the door is locked. So basically you just have to kick down the door and hopefully it doesn't explode. And it does. We take a lot of damage. Let's use first aid. Nothing happens. It's always good to try and train your stones just in case. I mean, we're a wizard and we can just kind of blow stuff up with our spells, but oh, I hope you drop a corpse, 'cause that would be nice. You're bleeding. Oh, no corpse. Skull Club. Oh, this guy can be dangerous. 'Cause he might be poisoned. So we don't wanna. And we're poisoned, of course. This guy is shrugging off spells. Nice. Copper bracelets. So when you're poisoned, first aid is really good. Let's see if we can get some more protection. Alright, bracers of defense. Nice. So we're not in too bad of a shape. I mean, we have really good healing, and we have first aid at decent amount. So every time you lose to poison, just use first aid, and you might recover, you might not. So we got poisoned, first aid. A lot of times first aid will fail, so this is the way it goes. Try and use first aid as much as possible, so maybe it skills up on its own, but it's not always the case. Healing is really good because I'm kind of outpacing the poison. Alright, finally got a good roll on first aid. It's taken like forever. Ooh, fire lizard. Oh. Okay, see how that guy looks like us? He's a doppelganger, and if you get close to him, he'll confuse you, so you gotta be careful. So we're gonna do what anyone else would do. And lightning bolts. Wait, how's there? There's two. That's interesting. Alright. Get out of here. So, I want this guy to drop a corpse. Kind of like how we can heal really fast. I want to keep going on that route. Alright, finally we are almost to strength 14, which is fine. We can just stay at 13, I don't care. Ooh, fire lizard corpse, finally. Stuff cools you down, so the fire lizard corpse gives us a type of fire immunity, which is nice. So now fire will not be so dangerous to us. Let's use lightning ball because we're reckless. Okay, I see. Interesting. Let's just use all of our energy doing that. Flickering potion. Corpse. It's poison. It's long lasting from the dark elf. poisoned anymore. I didn't want to really go downstairs being poisoned. On 5th level. Good, it was not trapped. Cobalt corpse, you never, ever, ever want to eat. Ooh, dark centipede. Alright, so we have strain exclamation point, which is really good, so now maybe we can get to strength 14. Well, it's 8 corpse, so flail. Okay, good. That put us back. Alright, I want to kick down that door. We might be able to go around. Huh. He's running because he's scared. Our speed is so low, I have no idea where he is. Alright, finally. Okay, our muscles are at 14. So this is a cat, and there's lots of different cats in the game. You don't want to kill them. And there's also ways you can get rid of them, like locking them behind doors and things like that. Little tricks that you can like confuse them. Our speed's like 86, which is like super bad. Because cats are faster than 100. So, so we just used ventriloquism. I just used this skill and I confused the tiger. So, and it only worked for a turn, so. It's kind of kicking our ass. This is going to be really hard to get rid of him. Another trick you can do. Have to kill the cat because he's going to basically murder us. So it's kind of something I didn't want to do, but there's a reason later in the game not to kill cats. Kind of allowed ourselves to get kind of caught in that position. Our speed is so low and we couldn't really escape, I guess. stick. So you're really good at healing. And that's all that matters. Necklace. That's good. Push D to drop stuff, and we really need to drop some items because okay, good. Speed is real still low. Oh, it's because we're full. That's why. Alright. Acid bolts. Yes, I'm gonna learn that. It's a good time to read some books because we're kind of a little bit over, kind of ate a little bit too much. I would like some speed back. Right, good. Let's use lightning ball. It's a heavy PP spell, but it's ooh, hello. Stairwell. There's our doppelganger friend again. Seen a lot of doppelgangers here. Yeah, I know we don't have to like press through the whole dungeon, but yeah, a rock. Alright, so our speed is 101 again. That's good. Shield. Let's see. We can find a good one-handed weapon, which we haven't really seen yet. Factory set is useless unless you know how to make arrows, which we don't. Fuck, just hit us. These cave lizards can be kind of dangerous at a low level. It's good to wary of them. Alright, so we're on the 7th level, and you kind of notice that everything here is an animal. And that's for good reason, because we are on the druids level. And once I killed the druid, I'm getting out, because there's usually a lot of cats on this level, and I don't really want to kill any more cats. Unless I'm somehow killing them. I would like to... Oh my god, cats. This is pretty bad. I wish there was a... It's gonna catch up with me too. I'm so bad at this game right now. Being able to get rid of cats. Bless you. Finally, got armor. Sadly, our ventriloquism is, it's not an effective skill for only lasting like one turn. This is just what we needed. We needed this guy to block our way. Okay, good. So we got rid of the cat. Let's go to the next level. Ooh, we just took a lot of damage. Dropped a really interesting item, a giant hammer. Actually, large hammer is one-hand weapon. Oh, mithril hammer. That's pretty good. Loss of hit though. Wooden shield. That's good. Oh, we look like a pretty professional gnome now with our giant hammer. Oh, and there he is. Keithrax, the Black Druid, invokes an incantation. Looks like we got hit, so I wanna let's take a look at him. We can, so you can click on a enemy and then, you know, click the M button and get a little blurb on what he's about. He's a tall man dressed as a druid in a white robe carrying a wicked-looking sickle. The black torque around his neck, where mistletoe should be, marks him as no longer merely a druid, however. He is surrounded by a slavering, frenzied merengue of animals waiting for their master signal. Black Druid seems to have an average speed of 125. That's really good. He's able to cast spells. So see if we can. Oh, he shrugs our spell. There he is. Might have to... Keeps casting spells. It's much easier if you just beat the crap out of them with the hammer. This is a lot harder than it should be. Plate mail, it's much better than our robe. Nice. We actually had studded leather armor, so it's pretty good that... Not sure where our druid friend went to. Ooh, there's a slug. And our slug friend is poisoned. Slug is really dangerous because he will shoot acid at us. It's very, very dangerous. We don't really want to go this deep into the level, but I don't remember where the druid went to. There's other cats. Not sure where our friend went to. Oh, he was back here the whole time. So with this plate mail, we're pretty good. And with the darkness here, we might be able to lose our kitty friend. You're stuck now. Having a hard time. You feel soft-hearted? Not sure what that meant. You feel soft-hearted. Maybe it means that you feel bad that you're beating him up to death in the corner in the dark. As he's... I don't know what that means, that we're getting a cold. You feel corrupted. Something's hitting us. Okay, finally we killed him. And we get the Black Torque, which is an artifact, which they have special powers, but we don't want to wear the Black Torque because it's cursed. And now I want to get out of here. And thanks to the darkness, I can lose that cat. I don't care what else is on the rest of this level. Mostly because I want to get out of here. It's our friend, the kitty. This other guy. Oh my god. We were trapped by cats. This is a good exercise for our hammer. Hey, cats. Maybe these other big guys can block our cat problem. There's a mini map down here, and this arrow shows that where we want to go, which is the downstairs. We just went the wrong way. Shit. Okay, good. Okay, so you can lose cats in lots of ways. One is to outrun them. Another is to have many enemies in the level block them as you dash to the stairs. And then they get left behind in the dust. And then take the stairs so you don't have to deal with the cat anymore. It's nice you open the door. So now that we have strength 14, we have this really awesome plate mail, but it's kind of heavy. But I don't want to get rid of it because the protection value is so good. You can see we haven't really been taking too much damage from people. I don't really need his corpse, because I already have fire resistance. Another cat, but he is not aggressive, so let's get out of here. Okay, good. Guess we can use the mouse. Sometimes using the mouse, you know, makes you lose control. Maybe one day we can come back for that altar, and if we have enough gold, we can convert it to our neutral alignment. Or, I don't know, it's kind of hard to be lawful, so I kind of doubt that we'll be a lawful character in this game. Alright, we're back to the map. I want to go to the shop first. Let's fight these bandits. So, keep practicing with my Warhammer, it's pretty awesome. Healing is really hard to level, as you can see. Ouch. So, I mean, even though we have really good armor, still we're like, you know, kind of 10 toughness, you know, wizard. So, I can still get hit by, you know, regular bandits. I don't remember if I have anything to sell, so I just want to listening skill increase 3. So you see how this is a random skill increase? You never know when it's going to happen, and it just happened right now, so it's good. I just want to see what I can do. I still have that corpse? No, his corpse rotted. Ooh, those gloves are good. It's 236 gold for them. So they might be better than our gloves. And they are. They're gloves of dexterity, which is nice, but we don't really have that much to do with a dexterity character, but we'll keep them anyways. Necklace. No. Crude knife. See, everything's worth like 18 gold. Yeah, we're not doing much with rocks, we might as well just forget about that. Maybe hope that we can get a crossbow eventually. Let's reset, yeah. Always keep your potions. Always keep your scrolls. Just read that book. Okay, so that gem is 141. That means that it's a good gem. Can I use my really bad skill? Skills is on that. Okay. a lot of variety right now for spells. It'd be nice if we got the fire spell, because with the fire spell we can cook dead corpses, or just corpses on the ground. That would have been really useful to bring back the Black Druid's corpse, but because we would have gotten an extra reward if we would have brought him back. Just a little girl hoping that we had her puppy, but we didn't. All we have is an evil artifact. So we talked to him after we killed the Black Druid. Ah, you vanquished him. He's dead. We all owe you gratitude, since you have destroyed a powerful force of darkness. As I stand in water, like Jesus. Do you want to be rewarded of knowledge or power? So, knowledge will give you herbalism, and power will give you the frost spell. And the funny thing is that we have all of them, so which is kind of rare that we would have the frost spell and pretty high herbalism. Since we have I'm just gonna go up knowledge. I want to see if I can get more herbalism, just so I can level it up. Oh, okay, we got gardening, which is also a useful skill, but I haven't really done gardening before, so I can't remember. I think you have to get seeds. Oh yeah, with gardening you can get seeds, I think. If you find seeds, and you can plant them on the ground, and you can kind of make your own herb garden, which is really useful. You just have to find seeds, which are kind of random, but it's a good skill. Now you must find... Well, and considering that we already have the frost spell, which he would have given us if we chosen power. But we have everything, so gardening is a good thing to have. Now you must try and find the source of what recently has been unbalancing the cosmic peace. So that's the whole point of our kind of the game, is that there's an unbalancing of peace in the air cosmically. We're trying to find out why. That's the whole point of the game. My message is telling me about a village to the west. Cross the river and find a cave entrance in a huge mountain range. So basically, I mean, the whole point of actually finishing this quest is that not only does it give you a reward, but it also tells you where to go in the game if you want to actually beat the game. So in other words, you would have to go west. So there's a kind of cave entrance somewhere far to the west if you want to beat the game. Must be truly foreboding place that you have to find. And then he basically stops talking to us. So I think that's a pretty good introduction for Adam. We've been doing this. I don't even know how long I've been recording for. I think it's 2 hours. It's a 2-hour video. So yeah. That's pretty much how you play Adam. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and that you kind of learned a little bit more about, you know, kind of how to play the game. And that's it. If you want to see another video of David Denome not dying with his Warhammer of Justice, I might do it again. Alright, later.